say is that they have 9 construction firms that we have seen now in the news, the 9 calling card companies of the spouses Vizcaya, where they have used dummies, where they have become huge contractors, and all of these 9 companies are based in Pasig. Practically all of these companies have tax deficiencies, probably with the BIR as well, but definitely with the LGU. Marami po silang violations. Recently, they have been, Mr. Vizcaya has been recently convicted of 2 counts of building code violations. So, medyo notorious po ito. Nagsimula sila sa LGU. And again, with regard to the question of the chair, kahit nung mayor na ako, nakontrata pa rin sila sa LGU. Kasi pinapatupad po namin sa Pasig ay strict adherence to the law, which is open and public bidding. So pag nag-qualify po sila mula 2019, hindi po namin hinaharangan yung mga project po sila sa City Government of Pasig. Hindi naman siguro kalakihan ng project, pero meron po silang project to the city, and we have observed with the DPWH, palaki ng palaki yung mga project nila. Yung napag-uusapan po ngayon na 31 billion pesos of flood control projects. Katunayan, flood control projects pa lang po ito. Hindi bababa sa 100 billion pesos ang total contracts po nila sa ating pamahalaan, Mr. Chair.
Sige, mas final question before proceeding, Mayor Dimisoto. You mentioned in your Facebook statement that you had seen many inconsistencies in the testimony of the Vizcayas. So maybe you can intimate to the committee what these particular inconsistencies are.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Marami nga po tayo na-obserbahan na you use the term inconsistencies, but I would like to be more direct. Kasinungalingan po talaga. At lantarang kasinungalingan naman po yung mga sinasabi nito. Hindi naman po bago sila sa kanila ang pagsisinungaling na obserbahan po natin ito on the record and in public very many times. Sabi nga, dito sa kaso na ito, ang sinungaling ay asawa ng magnanakaw. Kaya ito po talaga yung nakikita natin. Isang very glaring na kasinungalingan ay yung kahapon po sa statement, sworn statement po nila, ay na 2 to 3% lang daw ang kinikita nila sa bawat kontrata. Kahit naman po hindi ka eksperto sa larangan ng construction, engineering, obvious naman po na kasinungalingan ito. Meron pa po, sabi po nila, when Senator Tulfo was questioning them, sabi niya po, minsan daw po, lugi pa daw siya. Ang bait naman po ng mga ito, kung tumatanggap sila ng kontrata sa gobyerno, bibid sila para malugi. No sane business person would do that. Of course, I think everyone in this room would agree. And sabi nila, 2 to 3% yung normal, 5% daw pag sinuwerte. Pag kinumpute po natin, alam ko medyo, Mr. Chair, with all due respect, if we just apply simple logic, it is already clear that they are lying. Although alam ko medyo iba kasi yung logic na ginagamit nila sa universe po nila, pero pag tinignan po natin logically, 2 to 3% of even 100 billion, kasi 2 to 3 billion pesos na po ito. Sila naman po yung nagmalaki at nag-float. Pinagyabang po nila yung lifestyle nila na sobrang yan. Sabi nga po nila sa isang interview, 11 digits. Sabi po nila, pinagyayabang nila, 11 digits. Sabi ni Ma'am Cesara, 11 digits ang assets nila. So hindi pa babasa 10 billion. Nakita po natin, isang jade lang nila sa office nila, 100 billion na kagad yun. Yung mga sasakyan, if they pay the correct access, easily reach almost $1 billion, if not more than $1 billion. How would you afford that if you were only earning 2 to 3% profit? Sabi naman nila, wala silang private contracts. Ayaw na daw nila sa private kasi maliit ang kita nasa interview din po nila. So, buti na lang po ang isda ay huwag na uhuli sa sarili nilang bibig. Buti na lang po, ganun po sila magsalita in public at nalalaman natin ang mga katotohanan. And I don't mean to overstep, Mr. Chair.